grab your coffee, grab your tea. It is time for a chit chat all about blooming, evolving, and really just how you are continuously elevating your life. You're blooming into the next level and you are becoming this next level of who you want to be. You can call it girl to woman. You can talk about the elevation of the next version of yourself, whatever it may be. These are some questions to ask yourself that I have asked not only other people, mentors, people I look up to, but also have been asked throughout my journey. Now, as a reminder, personal development is always a continuous journey. You are always going to grow, you're always going to change, and it's time to see change and not just hear about change, feel like you've changed. It's really important that you are embracing change from internal to external for other people to see. And how you're going to do that is by reflecting, elevating, and blooming your life. So as always, welcome back. My name is Bridget. I'm 26 years old. I have been on my blooming journey for now 18 months, and I have really elevated my life, not only in the last 6 months, last 12 months, but even in 18 months, I have really made a difference of who I am, where I wanted to be, and how I am living my life. So let's take a deep dive and take some advice from me and my journey, but also for you to connect and reflect with yourself. So first question is, what do you still need to work on? It's important to know that we are all human. No one is perfect, and we are continuously growing and evolving and changing. You will always have room to grow. You will always have room to develop, learn, and get more knowledge, skills, whatever it may be. And for me, it's progress over perfection. I've been talking about this a lot, not only over here, but also over on Instagram, that I have an all or nothing attitude. And it's time for me to take a step back and not be lazy, not give up on myself, and really know that it is possible to show up for yourself without it being perfect. And that is perfectly okay. I'm working on understanding the balance between my best and perfection, as long as I give it my all, whatever that is. If that means I can only give what I have for today, that's okay. Or I tried my best and next time I can try to be better. That is the whole thing with trial and error, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. It's really important to know what you still need to work on, either internally or externally, but know that nothing will ever be perfect. You will never be perfect, and we will continuously have things that we need to work on as we bloom, evolve, and grow. So all that matters is that you are connecting with yourself, knowing where you need the work, and taking that action every single day. Next thing is things you wish you knew when you were younger. Now, a lot of times we get advice from people who are older than us and we're like, yeah, okay. But really think about what those things are that you wish you knew when you were younger that you understand now. And this can be life lessons, this can be things that you've learned over the years, or things that you have been recommended to do and just never took action towards until now. And this is something that you need to dive deep into when you are stuck in a rut or a pattern later in life that you wish you knew sooner, to help you to not only change maybe the journey that you went through, but maybe you should have learned something sooner that would have helped you along your journey. And no, you can't change the past, but it would help you along the way to get where you are today, maybe quicker, faster, or actually listen to the advice that people gave you. For me, it's controlling the situations and instant gratification. Sometimes you just have to let life happen to you. And I'm working on this every single day. Everything happens for a reason. Skipping parts is always something that I need to take a step back and understand that it might not go my way. And those are the things that are going to help me grow, evolve, and make me even a better person moving forward. So it's really important to understand that instant gratification is something that we want when we're younger. But as you get older, you want that longevity. You want that thing that's going to take more time. And you're really going to want to go through the effort and the steps to get that bigger outcome. And maybe not what is you want tomorrow. Maybe let's give it a couple years and see an even better situation. And then controlling the situation, I need to let go and let not only the universe and higher powers, all of that, but also just letting other people teach me along the way that I don't know it all, that I'm not perfect, and that controlling every situation doesn't let me learn or evolve. And if I take a step back and let someone else lead, it may change the overall outcome. The next one goes right back to that leader and control. And what it is a personality trait that you still have from childhood. Think about a trait that you had when you were in your teens or even early preteens that you still have today. How has it changed? How has it stayed the same? And how does it help you grow and evolve into the person you are today? Or is it something that you need to work on? For me, it's leader and control. I've always wanted to be in charge. I've always wanted to be that leader, that manager, that person who leads the way. And a lead mindset has led me to this entrepreneurship journey, this operational person, this person that I've always wanted to help others make that change and make it as inspirational to others, because I can show what has worked for me and taken a step forward. But never letting go also loses sight on the moment, other qualities that I may have, and taking a step back can also let other people lead the way that I never thought of. So it's important that I understand that I'm a leader. I can take charge and I can take control, but I also can take a step back and let other people lead. Knowing that I'm not the biggest person in the room, it's important for me to walk into places that I may not feel as much control or as much power, but knowing that I can also reflect that leadership and that growth and that inspiration for others is really important to me as well. So I also love being the leader and love being in control, but I'm learning to take a step back and let people lead me and learn from them to move that into who I want to become with my leadership personality and this person who wants to help others, inspire others, and control the situation to help people evolve into the person that they want to be. The next question that I have not only been asked, but asked people who have this even better than me is how to hold your high standards and strong boundaries. First up, it's learning from experience, go through the journey. It's not all about being taught or learn what to accept and what you won't. It's also important to understand your triggers, your warnings, and the things that make you feel uncomfortable, what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate. And honestly, some of that comes from life experience, and it's a struggle. Those are the things that you learn, that you overcome, and that you embrace those setbacks, or even, as I said, struggles, heartbreak, whatever it may be. And holding high standards will also let you know that you need to go through it, but you also don't need to tolerate it. And your tolerance level can change over time. At first, you're going to let people overuse you, maybe even push you out of your boundaries. And over time, you are going to strengthen that power of who you are and knowing what you are going to not only accept dealing with, but also just tolerating the experience again. Do you want to go through that? Is that something you want to overcome again? Or are you going to level up with your personality of who you surround yourself with, what you're going to tolerate, and what you're going to be around? And of course, your tolerance level as you grow and evolve is going to be better, stronger, and those standards are going to kind of just roll over you. You are going to know what you're going to accept and what you're not. And really, over the learned experiences, you're going to know how to say no to some people, and for others you're going to tolerate it, but you're going to set those boundaries of what you can do and what you can't do, and how you are going to be treated in those situations. And it's important that you understand where is too far and where is just enough that you are okay with it, and that those are communicated. A big part of your standards and your boundaries is how you communicate and the way you embrace what you're going to put up with and what you're not. And that's where it comes to what is the worst part of your mental glow up. Evolving and blooming is amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. I have loved every experience of it, but it can have a really big downside, and that is the self-awareness, the things that you are going to understand the knowledge, the power that you have. And for me, it really takes out some of the excitement and joy of the process because you already know what is coming from the journeys you had before. But it's important that you be in the moment, experience the journey. Even if you think you know the ending, it may change. You might learn something new. You may go through a whole different opportunity, or a whole new situation could come up out of it. Even though the ending is exactly the same, the situation and the journey to get there is a little bit different. And a big part of this is friendships. You can tell in a lot of friendships when they are going south, or when they are changing or evolving. And it's really important that you understand when it's time to separate and when it's time to deal with these people. Or your job. Let's say you know your job is coming to an end, but you want to go to this company party, or you want to go to this event. It's okay for you to sit there and go through the journey because you know that you are ready to move on. But there's something that you need to go through first, and that is that gut intuition into the mental glow up that you know it's not going to be great, but you also know you want to experience it to know if anything else is going to come up out of it. Part of the mental glow up is knowing the excitement and joy of knowing the ending and then being crushed, but not understanding the journey. And maybe that journey is so exciting to you that you still go through it and you still go and experience every single aspect of that journey. And I really challenge you to do that, because there's been a lot of situations. I wouldn't have met my husband if I didn't put myself back out there. If I didn't go to a job interview of a job that I completely didn't want, I wouldn't have been in it for 4 years. If I didn't have this gut feeling of my standards, I would have left my job earlier, and I would have really been in a different situation, and I would not be in the field that I'm in now. And honestly, another part of it is having failures, even though you know the outcome is a failure, that you still go through the journey to figure out if there's anything else for you to learn. And I think those are big things. Even though knowing I went through some struggles, I still had better outcomes. Next one is all about being compared to, how to deal with being misunderstood. Let me tell you, don't do anything. How others perceive you does not define you. Don't get offended. Don't let others' opinions alter anything that you do. And don't apologize if it was not your intention. There are things that people are going to take out of context. There are going to be things that offend people. There are going to be things that you say that they took the wrong way and it was not your intention. Do not apologize. Do not justify yourself. And do not give them the time of day if they are changing the words that came out of your mouth because it affected them. That does not mean change your actions. You will be misunderstood. You are not for everybody, and the people that are meant for you are going to find you. So keep being you. Know your intention and stick to it. You need to create with purpose. You need to create with passion, and how they act and perceive you is up to them. How you see other people, how you judge them, is not who they are. It's what you think of them. And it's important that you think of you, how you want to be, who you are blooming into, and the person you are becoming. Of course, be self-aware, know who you are, and understand when you are wrong. But if you are not wrong, or you're not meant to be misunderstood, or it's none of their business, who cares? Keep showing up for yourself and keep acting like the person you are meant to be and the person you are blooming into, because the person you're going to become, there will be people to support you, there will be people on your side, and there will be people who don't like you for it. And that's okay, because you have your people, you have your community, and you have the people who are going to love you and support you no matter what you do. And that's all that matters. Talking about that, times will get tough, and how you cope through it all is the next question. Find your safe place, find your balance, and learn from the struggle. For me, I talk about with ones I trust. Honestly, my husband is like my best friend. It's the person that I go to for everything. I am a wife girl. I am someone who runs to my husband about everything that anyone tells me, and he is my safe place. He is the place where I feel the most calm and relaxed, and he helps me when I'm overwhelmed, when I feel like I'm just going through it. But he also lets me learn from my struggles. And when I do this, I'm embracing the feelings without letting them overtake me. I'm expressing my feelings to somebody who is going to be non-judgmental, is going to support me, and is going to show up for me every single day. Also, I take breaks for self-care. Of course, you need to fill your own cup, but don't get in those ruts. Make sure that you are checking in with yourself, having those resets, those refocuses, and reflecting on the person that you want to become and where you currently are and where you need to find the balance, find the next step, figure out what you need to do. And knowing that you can't be perfect all the time and that you will have ups and downs in life is how you need to overcome any struggle or anything that you go through when you have emotional breakdowns. First off, most of you are women. When you're a woman, you are going to have times in the month. You are going to have emotions. You are going to feel your feelings. It is okay as long as you contain them, go at them with a calm, cool, collected mindset, and that you show up for yourself even when you are in your lowest lows. So just make sure that you have that safe place to communicate, share, and find ways to find balance when you are in those struggles, knowing that times are going to get tough. It's okay, but how you can overcome them better next time, or how can you let it not affect you as much next time. Lastly, how to appreciate your life. What does success look like for you? What do you enjoy? And don't let society's view on success take over your thoughts. It's really important that you know what success looks like for you, what success is going to be at the end of the day. Success is going to look different for everyone, but also knowing how to enjoy the little things, even if you aren't at that successful level, that you are making time for yourself, that you are balancing your areas of life and finding joy in every single area of your life. Of course, for me, I have 12 areas of life, and I try to stay happy and joyful in every single area of life. I want a loving relationship. I want to be financially free. I want to find more passions. I want a simple life. I want to continuously grow and evolve. I don't have to fit in. I'm embracing what I truly want, who I want to be, and the person that I'm becoming. So thinking all of this out loud and taking time to reflect, I want to be your friend in this situation. This person who is having just a chit chat. I want to now ask you, what do you still need to work on? What do you need to become that person that you want to be? Think about it. What are things that you wish you knew when you were younger? What things have you been taught or been told, or life lessons that you just haven't embraced in your life yet, and that you need to start altering your mindset, making those shifts, and really taking action on them now, because that's going to elevate you? What is a personality trait that you still have from childhood that you are so proud and that makes you you? The person you are and the person you're blooming into doesn't need to forget the past. It's important that you embrace that inner child, that person that you were. And if you're an athlete, if you're a writer, if you're a reader, no matter what you are, something from childhood should be in your core, in your values, and be who you want to be today. Some of those attributes and the person you were was there for a reason, and I want you to embrace those now. How can you hold yourself to high standards and have strong boundaries? What intentions do you need to set? What communication and conversations do you need to have to not only put yourself in rooms where you are at a higher standard, that you're not being compared to, that you're not getting stepped on, but you're also being respected, that you're getting pushed, and that you are showing up as the greatest person you can be because you have high value and you've set yourself up for that type of success. What do you need to do, and how are you going to get there? Think about your mental glow up. And if you're at the beginning, think about the struggles you go through. Well, what is the worst part for you? Is it the comparison to other people? Is it knowing too much? Is it the knowledge that you have and knowing that you need to push yourself a little bit harder? Is it that you need to take a step back of looking into the future and just be in the moment? Is it that you give up on yourself too quickly? Is it that you don't trust the journey, that you know what's going to happen without letting the opportunities come your way? What is the worst part of this person that you are becoming that you're letting it overwhelm you to not let you get to that next level? That mental glow up is just stuck because you have this mindset shift or this thought or this process that is holding you back. Let it go and understand that you can grow from it. And how can you deal with being compared to? How can you handle people thinking differently of you when you change? How can you communicate with being misunderstood? Of course, don't overdo yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation that you feel uncomfortable, but really show up for yourself, the person you want to be. And that person that you're blooming into is the person that you're building and believing in. So don't give up on it just because someone may not understand. They don't need to understand. You can show them without needing to tell them anything, make their mind up for them, or it's just not right for you guys to no longer, you've outgrown them, you've bloomed, and they're not willing to come on that journey, then they're not the people for you. And it's really important that you understand that being misunderstood is not a bad thing. And you don't need to justify yourself for anyone. And know that times will get tough, but you need to set yourself a system to cope with it. Find your people, find your systems, find your place, and get really comfortable with learning from the hard times, learning from other people, and getting that support where you need it. Lean into those mentors, those therapists, those people, your journal, whatever it may be. Lean into it fully so you can embrace who you really are and come out stronger than ever before, so you can really appreciate your life. All the things that you want, the success, the journey, all of that is possible. And I want you to think about those. I shared a little bit about mine. I want to hear about yours. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. We can have full-blown conversations about these. And I cannot wait to see how you are going through your journey, how you're elevating, how you're reflecting, and how you're blooming into the person that you want to be. Take it one day, 1% better, becoming that person of your dreams. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And I cannot wait to see how you are building this life to become that person. And as always, continue balancing who you are today with who you want to become, doing the things you want to do with the things that you need to do, and you will bloom one day at a time. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.